day for us as the YMCA, and the fact that we're able to host so many people here on the start of what I feel is going to be a fantastic journey for this building in its new format, in its new role, and definitely as part of the community here in Highbridge. It's the first of our community branches, and our community branches are really our touch points for everybody in the community, young, old, whatever the need, and we genuinely feel already in the last 2 weeks of us sort of really been open and having the doors flung open, we've had a huge impact already with people attending the sports evenings, people coming in and sitting and having a space to have coffee and their children play, and it's already starting to do the things that we really anticipated it doing. There's some thanks I'd like to make first off. First to our trustees, the trustees of Bridgewater YMCA or YMCA Dalton Group, who have stuck with this scheme all the way through. It's been difficult at times, it's been challenging, and it's definitely challenged us as a YMCA, and I'd like to thank the trustees for that. I'd also like to thank our neighbours in and around here who have been incredibly supportive and understanding throughout the whole build programme, which caused quite a lot of disruption, and also they did have to live with a burnt out building for quite a long time, so I thank you for that. I'd like to thank John Perkins Construction and the team, everybody that worked on this building and everybody worked with us on this building, dealt with some real complexities, not only in terms of it being a very tight site, but in terms of what we wanted to have delivered in this building. And sometimes at those meetings we were looked at as if we were talking a foreign language, but they managed to translate it really, really well. So really happy with that. I'd also like to thank our staff team, and we've got a great staff team in the YMCA who have really wrapped around us, supported us during the difficult times, whilst they never thought, and we were saying this building's going to be this, and they were thinking, really, is it going to happen? But as it came closer and closer to fruition, it really has made a difference, and people have been able to really come around and make this building exactly what it is today, and to continue to grow it. But finally, I'd like to thank Sedgemoor District Council. Sedgemoor District Council, throughout this whole scheme, in spite of them meeting with us and saying, here, do you fancy a lovely little easy job on the outside of Highbridge, which I think might have been a little bit deceived. But they've been round us all the way through this, they've supported us. It's been difficult in terms of the complexity of the funding streams. So our YMCA funding, Homes England funding that we're very thankful for, and also Sedgemoor District Council's funding and then their loan towards us to allow it to happen. It's been really complex, but officers, councillors, they've all stuck with us all the way through that, and I think I've been really touched by their generosity and also their willingness to make the community things happen, which is great. I think I have to mention definitely Duncan Harvey, and definitely Teresa Harvey, who have been my counsels throughout this process, and we're really pleased with what we've got here, and we're so excited to be here today and to hopefully be here and be here to carry on a legacy of great stuff that happened in this building. So just one last thing before I hand over. I did meet someone the other day who was telling me about the Highbridge Hotel, and I didn't realise this. I've known this person for about 15 years, and her husband, and she was saying to me, I'm so proud of what's happened down in Highbridge. It's great. And I'm thinking, oh, it's about the building, and you're from Highbridge. But it turns out that they actually had their first date in this building, and it's really special to them that we've done this. And speaking to more and more people in and around Highbridge, it really excites me to see what we've been able to bring back to Highbridge, and we look forward to all the future events that can happen in this building, and the future marriages and the future all sorts of things that can happen that are born out of YMCA buildings. So, thank you very much. Can I just hand over to Alison Griffin, Chief Executive of Sedgemoor District Council, who may wish to say something.
It's really lovely to see you all here today. I don't think it would be unreasonable to say that over the past few years there have been times when many of us have actually wondered whether this project would come to fruition and whether we'd actually see the day today. This is a wonderful project, and it's not been easy, to say the least. As a result of a huge amount of hard work and commitment, not to mention, in my view, bloody-minded determination, we have finally made it, and what a wonderful result. And I think any of you that haven't done the tour yet, some of you will, I really recommend it, because this is not a bog standard construction development. There are some really high-end designs up there, and I think that's a real credit to the respect that we're giving to the project and to the people that will use it as well, which I think is really important. We all know that the hotel became empty and then suffered a catastrophic fire, maybe not as catastrophic as it could have been, which left the facade and the bare shell in the early 2000s, so this has been a long journey. However, Sedgemoor and the YMCA have worked together since around 2012 to bring that journey to an end, and I have to say that's despite a number of technical and financial challenges along the way. But of course the project hasn't stood alone. This project is part of the wider housing project, the 56 units that we brought forward for affordable housing. And Sedgemoor is really acutely aware of the need for single person accommodation and support for young people in the community, and I think the combination of what's been provided is a real credit to everybody involved in that regard. And I think also, you know, as we've said, this place stood empty and was a complete and utter eyesore for many years. And its completion now isn't just about this building and what this building provides, but it's what it says about Highbridge, the fact that investment has gone into the town and the wider community, and I think it really will be a catalyst for further improvement in this area. And I'm sure Martin's got plans already to do something over and above what he's done already. So beware, Teresa. Said that bit. So, having said all of that, I really now need to, I'm sorry, I will be repeating some of what Martin said, but I do need to express thanks to a whole range of people that have allowed us to get to this stage today. Clearly, thanks to Martin and his team, he hasn't given up. In a complete pain at times. No, he hasn't really. But it needs somebody like Martin who will keep at it and will make sure that we get things done, and I think we have to be really grateful for that. Thank you to our construction partners, John Perkins and Keith Snelling, and of course our funders, without whom we certainly wouldn't be here today. Thank you to EDF, David's with us, through whom we secured 119,000, and of course Home England, who provided over £1 million at the outset and throughout this project. So thank you to both of you. I know I am from Sedgemoor, but I do feel I should give thanks to Sedgemoor, the District Council, under the portfolio holder leader, Councillor Gilling, who've stuck with the project and provided financial backing to allow the project to be completed. And also at a very parochial level, thank you personally from me to Teresa, Duncan, Esther and Harry, who have been the team that have provided the hands-on support and advice throughout this project. And I think I just should also go back in time a little bit and just remember that there were other people involved in this, people like Nick Tate, Stuart Howlett and Stuart Martin, who were there right at the beginning and helped shape what we're looking at today. So that's really important. And I will just have a bit of a mention of Derek. Because, you know, I had some really interesting conversations with Derek about this one. I learned a few new words. I don't know what they mean, but you know, I'm sure he would be here today in different circumstances. I don't know how I was going to phrase that then. But, you know, I think we do have to remember that he was part of this. And despite our interesting conversations, you know, he is part of what we're looking at now. So, thank you everybody. Apologies to anybody that I've missed. And I'll hand over to Martin.
I'm the lucky one, I don't have to do any speeches, but I can't let this opportunity to go without thanking absolutely everybody that's been involved with this magnificent building. I've had the opportunity to have a look around. There's some wonderful rooms upstairs, and that sports hall is absolutely amazing. And this is going to be a real community hub for Highbridge. I'm really impressed with this, and I think it is a catalyst. I think Highbridge will now start moving on from here, and this is a great base for it to start moving from. So thank you, Martin, for everything you've done. It has been a bit of a rocky road at times. Your engagement has been tremendous. You've been coming to town council meetings for quite a number of years now, so we really appreciate that. And everybody else that's been involved with this building, absolutely tremendously well done. Thank you. Without further ado, if you'd like me to officially open the YMCA Highbridge. Thank you.
Yeah, absolutely fantastic. It was so pleased. We got here in the end. Already the building's being used by a real wide selection of the community, and we're hoping to open the doors even wider to make sure that it's used from 8 in the morning till 10 at night. We're really looking forward to embracing lots of different new ideas that the community want to hold in the building. So yeah, very excited. It's been a great day.